Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another week of physics. I know that last week's activity was actually really large, and I hope you guys all enjoyed it. For this week, we're actually going to go ahead and slow down a bit, discuss a few concepts that I think are a little more mathematical, and then after we're going to go ahead and actually do a few other activities that actually will go back to wave behavior, and a lot of stuff that will have to compound into your earthquake model. So we're going to go ahead and just get started. The first off is discussing what a wave would actually look like mathematically. How do we describe waves in a mathematical sense, especially as you saw last week, when you have things that are moving as an observer. There's a few things that you may actually want to pay attention to. A lot of the variables that we've used so far are very important to go ahead and put that together. But also, because of that, it also allows you to go ahead and pinpoint a wave at a certain point in space and time. Hence the reason we may actually want to go ahead and be familiar with the equation, especially since we're actually going to be trying to do that and pinpointing waves at specific points in times at very specific points. Because that's actually going to be important, and you're going to see some very interesting stuff happen. The second thing is actually just some things you may have noticed. If your wave machine, you have your wave machine, and if you go ahead and take it, you notice that the wave actually will bounce back to the initial starting point. If I go ahead and if I turn around right now, you can still hear me speaking. That's because waves are bouncing off the wall, and if I stare into the mirror here, obviously my reflection will appear. This is all examples of wave reflection, and this is the other huge concept we're going to explore this week. How do waves reflect, and what exactly does that mean for them? What happens if something gets in the way of your wave, especially when you have things like the geography of California and that huge mountain range that we have separating us and Nevada? What happens if you happen to live on one side of the mountain as compared to the other side? And that's actually going to be a really fascinating story we're going to be talking about. And that's actually going to lead into next week, where we talk about waves actually colliding and interfering with each other. Either way, I hope you have a lot of fun with this week. We're going to go ahead and block through the math, but hopefully that gives you a nice insight into how we describe waves, other than just the one wave speed equation that we have. And then after, we'll go ahead and move forward in discussing how do waves reflect themselves. And that will lead us into more wave behavior. All right, guys, have a good time. Enjoy this, and I'll see you next time.